Hi, I'm Barney Pell, co-founder, vice chairman, and chief technology officer for Moon Express. And tell you what we're doing today. Tonight we're actually celebrating this as our launch party, where we're for the first time opening up and inviting in press and friends to come and see what we're up to. What we are up to is building an autonomous robotic lunar lander that will leave Earth, launching on a commercial launch vehicle, like the SpaceX Falcon 9, and then once it's out of Earth orbit, our system will take over, cruise to the moon, slow itself down using its own rockets, and then lose all of the speed so that it lands gently exactly on the moon where we're going to land. So including precision landing, hazard avoidance, and all those other kind of smarts on the system. We have licensed and partnered with NASA, so we have a huge head start in terms of technology, and that's how we can be a very small startup company, which is 13 people now, and actually already have our own space qualifiable lunar lander that we're developing.
So what is the business of going to the moon?
So we're really in the early stages of the business of going to the moon. I think that there will be, a lot of the business will be resource development in the moon. We may think of the moon as a dead, dry rock, but actually the moon is very, very rich in resources. The moon probably has more platinum than are in all the mining reserves of planet Earth. And that platinum is generally just on the surface of the Earth because it's been brought by asteroids hitting the moon all the time over millions and billions of years. So you can go out, harvest that platinum, and then bring it back. Another part of the business of the moon, another resource, is water. Water, in addition to being useful for life support when we're traveling and living in space, is also the key element of rocket fuel. Hydrogen and oxygen form hydrazine, the key rocket fuel we use in Space Shuttle. We now know that there is more water on the moon. There's enough water on the moon to power a space shuttle launch every day for the next 3,000 years. Okay, so there's this vast amount of resources, and if you get that, you can bring anything you want back from the moon essentially for free once the infrastructure is built, or you can bring that back to low Earth orbit. And once that fuel is already in Earth orbit, then it changes the whole economics of space development, because you can just launch only the payload you want to low Earth orbit and then use all the fuel from there, collapsing economics. So really, this business starts now with being able to have a commercial development landing on the moon and bringing payload for our customers, and ultimately we think that will lead over the next 10 to 20 years to a whole new commercial development business based around the moon.
And so tell us about the vehicle. This is a quarter scale version of your lander?
Yeah, this is a quarter scale version of our lander. You can see these are the legs. Okay, and it's really important to have legs so you can balance and not fall and tip over. This is showing various instruments. I don't know if this one, if you look under here, you can see a tank at the bottom. Okay, that is showing the main engine for the lander, and that's the thing that is like as it's thrusting out, so the system is losing its speed as it goes down. What's not shown on this is a whole bunch of little thrusters. Although I guess if you come over here, this is a model of one such thruster. So the system would actually have a bunch of thrusters all over it, and the thrusters are used for stabilizing the attitude so the thing doesn't spin out of control. Then you've got various other instruments and so on. One thing we're going to be showing tonight is that we've built a little mini telescope that can go and land on the moon and start taking pictures of anything once it's there. And that we have actually a customer who would like to build that telescope in a larger scale and have us deliver it to the dark side of the moon or the far side of the moon. That's the only place in the whole universe that doesn't actually see Earth, so it doesn't have any of the radio or light disturbances that come from Earth.